Welcome to this update video for my new Necron list. As you can see on camera, we are very near completion. I finished all of these units across here and Nightbringer is about 3/4 finished. So I want to show you the painting progress, show you the finished models and show you Nightbringer, show you some of the weird effects that I've managed to get with the model and how easy it is to do as well. So some painting tips here that are so easily done. I'll show that to you here in this video. So a big thank you to everyone that's been tuning in to these topical discussional videos. The series seems to be going down really well. Very tempted to move on from one army to the next and update and show you painting progress, talk about rules and so on as a continuing series. So leave a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, do subscribe already. And if you want more content, you can support us and unlock the bonus videos on channel membership. So I'm going to show you Nightbringer in just a moment. Very quickly, our sponsors. The backdrop for this video is the Imperial Refinery battle mat from gamemat.eu, also using their industrial terrain set there at the back as well. They're currently running a 20% discount code, which is the largest they've ever done in the history of the channel. It's an exclusive here. It's limited to 100 slots, so do use that discount code whilst you can for 20% off across the entire store. Link below, and you see the codes there as well. Then for painting commissions, it's RW Studios, we recommend them. And then finally for discount 40k, including all your Necrons, it's Gaming Figures, link for them in the video description below. So, the Nightbringer. The amount of people that are doing their own take on this model, I've generally based it and been very strongly influenced by the box art, but I haven't copied it precisely, but I've sort of done my own take on some of the results. So the main part that's not finished, don't look at it too much, is the cloak. It's only really been base coated, a bit of a wash over the top, but the highlighting's not even started. I've done a tiny bit just to experiment. You maybe see a little bit of blue edge highlighting just there, but that's it. The colour I've coated that in is a paint that may have changed names, but it's called Necron Abyss, just like a deep blue, and I've just been adding white to it just to lighten it up. You can see I've done the green part of the cloak around here, and if I show you the artwork, so you've got the green running around here, the electric stuff going on, the scarabs, there's a bit of purple running up through the middle, and then the shades of grey, blue, silver, purple again all around here, a bit of green around the mouth actually as well. So I suppose it's the same power that's running through him that's coming out into the base. So those are the main colours we're dealing with. So greens, purples, navy kind of deep blues is the colour palette. So I've tried to stick to that as much as possible, doing sort of my own take on it. So it's not entirely done. If you look inside, maybe I should strengthen it a bit more, but there is some purple on the inside just there, but you can see the green's pretty much done, just multiple layered highlights, also rubbing in some green into these pre-sculpted cracks that you can see just in there. It's quite logical to do, it took time. The scarabs are finished, happy with how those have turned out, and the basing's pretty much done. I may add perhaps some ultramarine symbols onto the shoulder pads. They've come out quite grisly, they're quite badly shot up. You can see this one here. Now people have been asking where these came from, these 3D printed non-GW Space Marine casualties. It's a brilliant set, you get like a dozen different poses. They're 3D printed. If I can find them, I will leave a link for you in the video description below, but they were given to me as a set. But if I can track them down, or if anyone knows where to get them from, then let us know in the comment section below. They are absolutely superb, they're really good. This is just 3 of them, there's loads of others that you can use. And that one there, they are quite gory, but I suppose that's what 40k is meant to be like. And then you can see one just here. Had to paint them blue, just for the lore, you know, because the artwork and the classic matchup is Ultramarines versus Necrons. So very happy with the basing. Some of it is the shard rock effect that's part of the sculpt. Other pieces like these are actually shards of rock that I've super glued on, bits that I found at the beach and just glued on and sort of glued them in the same direction just to spread the basing out. The grass tufts and so on just finishes off the basing quite well. So very happy with how the basing has turned out. Obviously it's been done to match in with the rest of the Necrons. If you like the look of my Necrons, Then the Scorpec Lord here, there is a full tutorial on how to paint him, covering the basing, the model, all the effects that you can see with the armor, bronze, all the lime green colors, but also show you how to do the edge highlighting, how to create these effects here with these weapons. So do check out that tutorial. You'll see it, how to paint Necron Scorpec Lord. Came out a few years ago. Well, at the start of 10th edition, really. The new models came along. So you can check that out. So that's him. Check out the tutorial. That'll guide you through the whole process. And I'll show you how to paint that one model, but you can use the same process for all the models. So next up, maybe I can bring you in close so you can see the face. There's a bit of work to do on that. But he's meant to be shadowy. So the two weird effects. First up's the blade. Look at the shimmer and shine on that. Very natural, sharp look. I'm catching the light here. You can see a glint. That's exactly what I wanted. I want a glint. I want it to catch the light. It's even stronger here, just looking at it. And it's coming out even stronger from me looking at it here. There's a real glint, and it's not, the camera's not really picking up on it too much, but you can still see a lovely shimmer on that. Now, how easy is that to do? One paint, one coat, and that's it. Nothing else. So it's so easily done. So it's this one here. It's Green Stuff World Chrome Metal. There's probably other companies that produce something similar. And the paint comes out how you see it on the label. Just that real chrome, polished, finished look. It's a strange paint. You can see the metallic pigment sort of swimming and moving around like mercury almost. Not that this is mercury, but there's a real strange look to it. And then it settles. You have to be quite quick with it, so it dries. It sort of puddles and dries. It's really good for doing like lenses and so on. I use it for my Tau Empire and all the lenses. Instead of painting them blue like I used to, and painting the edges and then putting white dots on and so on. Now I just drop this stuff in and it has a way better effect. Looks so much better, and it's so easy to do. So I wanted the blade distinct from the rest of the metallic body of the Nightbringer. And I thought this might look quite good, and I'm really happy with how it's turned out. And it's as easy as just painting it on carefully. And that's it. So you can get that effect just as easy yourself. Next up is the body of the model itself. So if I'm rotating, if you're looking at his leg, perhaps you're seeing a bit of colour shift going on. Blues, greens coming through. This has been done. I'll show you how, and it's so easy to do. Ridiculously easy to do. So, and you can see on the arm, both arms, on the face, maybe the back's exposed enough to show you. Yeah, a bit of colour shift on the back there, you see it? Again, super easy to do. This whole model was actually sprayed, apart from the base, which I sprayed dark grey, I sprayed it silver. Exactly the same way as I do with the painting tutorial for the Scorpec Destroyer. Sprayed the whole thing silver, put a coat of Munitorum varnish over the top just to seal it all in quite nicely, because I know GW paints will go on top of that just nice. Then this effect here, across the whole body, is very simple. So it was done with Drakenhof Nightshade, and just quite generously, with a large enough brush, just putting that over the body, over the silver, straight over the top. It flows really nice into all the cracks and crevices and fades out really well. And that did all the shading for me. I think I did like a second coat to strengthen it a little bit, but that's it. I've done no highlighting, no repainting on this so far. I might try and sharpen up the face and lift it a little bit. I did do some white on the teeth to lift those, but everything else, just one coat of this, then maybe like a backup coat in places just to strengthen a few shaded areas. That's it. That shaded, it gave me that nice blue tinge. And then to get that green colour shifting glint that you can see, again, if I go in a bit closer, there it is. You can see up the shin, bit of glint going on, and yet shaded at the same time. Really happy with how this has turned out. So one colour does it. It's from Vallejo. The range is, this particular set's part of the shifters, and you pick which one you want to use. I wanted one with the colours here. It's green gold, cold blue, The code is 77.008. And I chose that one because it's got the colours in it that I want. Because it's got blue, it's got green, so it matches up with the Nightbringer. There's loads of other colours, especially pinks and purples. For this, the best results that I've seen is when this is applied to darker colours, especially black. And when it's done through an airbrush, it's the best results, the strongest colour shift, and the results are incredibly good. I've always wanted to paint a Drakari army using this idea of colour shift. Just look great on Drakari armour. But anyway, for this one, just one coat of that, just painted on the whole thing, into all the nooks and crannies, crevices, the whole lot, so just the whole thing got this colour shift. I think I've put on a second coat to strengthen it. I suppose you can just apply as many coats as you want, but I don't want to go too over the top. I just want to keep it nice and subtle. And I think the result is like a metallic, alien-y kind of effect. That's exactly what I'm looking for. So, I mean, if you can get great results just with technique, that means anyone can do it. I haven't painted any highlights or edges on that. It's just letting the paint do the work. Shading it first, then adding the strange effect on top. So I encourage you to have a go at doing that. You might get some great results. And whenever I'm walking past, look at the model, the colours shift and you get some glints and it catches the light. That's exactly the result that I wanted. You want him to be eye-catching. Is the focal point of the army. I wanted him to look a bit alien, a bit strange, and people to say, well, how did you get that effect? And really it's as simple as a couple of paints to get some great results. Instead of hours and hours and hours, because you can go for this effect here, which is incredible, but that's hours and hours of work and a lot of skill. And if you don't get it right, it just doesn't look that great. So instead, there are other ways of achieving some great results. Hopefully that's a help to you. I've shown you the paints that you can use for those effects. So that's Nightbringer. So really, everything's done. Perhaps a little bit of artwork on the shoulder pads for the Space Marines. They're going to work on this cloak. I'll maybe do an update video just to show you the finished model when it's completely done. And you can look out for him in battle reports. As I mentioned before in the videos, there is a full army development video on membership. We also now have, and it should be live right now, a battle report with the brand new list for the Necrons. This new list featuring the Nightbringer and all the other new models. The final list is complete. And it's up against the Imperial Fist. So pick one of the really tough armies on the channel. Full 2,000 points game, and a real chance to see how this new list works or doesn't work, because it's a real experimental battle to see how they get on against one of the tougher factions on the channel. So that's on membership now. Aspect Warrior level or above will give you access to all of our bonus content, including that brand new battle report, which is now live on channel membership. Cracking game for sure, real grinder of a battle, and you'll start to see some of the tactics that we've talked about and unit combinations that have been discussed in action, and to see whether they work or not in one of our games. So I'll show you the other models. The Ophidian Destroyers are completely finished. Super happy to get these built, painted and ready. It's our upcoming international tournament for the Phoenix Lords, and I went with Necrons and a big push to get these done. It's worked out really well. It's great to have a deadline to get things done. Those of you that do tournaments and so on, you can say the same thing where you've had to push to get an army finished. You can see the effect there on the blades. That's just following the same process as shown to you in the Scorpec Lord painting tutorial. So 2 squads of 3. Each squad has a plasma sight. Painted up. Really happy with how they turned out. They're so tall, they're really big, those models. And the other one that I finished was Illuminor Xerus. He was about 3/4 completed, and then I just stored him away for months and months, which was a shame, but now I've had the time and the incentive and the deadline to get him pushed to completion. So there's little areas like this needed to be done, repainted and highlighted. The face needed work. All the highlights of the brains needed to be done and highlighted. And the main focal point was the blade. You see the effect on the blade. It's actually quite straightforward to do. Turned out really well, and that's shown in that paint tutorial I've already mentioned. But it's really brightened the model up. As to how good he is in the game, I'm not so sure, and you can see him in action in the latest battle report and how he gets on, but we'll see. It's a lot of hard work, I think, for Illuminor Xerus to pay back his points. 165 points for that model. But we'll see. Maybe he's a good the idea is it's going to be a good support for the Necron warriors. The full list, there should be a video coming out soon, if not out already, for a complete list for the Necrons, showcase showing the whole army, talking about tactics and points, values and breakdown and so on. That should be available as well. So real emphasis on the Necrons at the moment. So thanks for following along with the journey. It's been very enjoyable indeed. It's great to see another faction on the channel revamped. Did it with 1,000 Suns, really good to transform that army. Did it with the Eldar, looking to do it with the other armies on the channel as well, just to breathe new life into existing armies. It's been a good move to do, just to really refresh armies on the channel. We look forward to some new armies on the way as well. Do give a thumbs up, do subscribe to the channel if you want more content, including the latest battle report, and then join us on channel membership. Keep a lookout for more update videos and army videos in the future. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time.